When you move out on your own for the first time, everyone tells you, make sure you budget. And nobody tells you, make sure you don't blow your rent money on the air fryer or 42 succulents and a novelty jar of Nutella. I remember my first apartment. It had four walls, and two of them were kind of leaning. I was so excited though. I signed the lease like I was adopting a baby. And month one came around. Right? Rent was paid on time. I felt like a king. And month two, I discovered Target's decor section, and my brain went, you know what you need? A $75 throw blanket. And by month three, I had a throw blanket, a lava lamp, and a giant fake cactus. And no food, no money, but wow, my apartment looked like a Pinterest board curated by someone with a severe concussion. I was grocery shopping like a rich orphan. And here's a pro tip. I wish I knew when you're on your own, groceries are not a vibe. They are survival. My first grocery run looked like this. It was one pack of ramen, one pack of Oreos, and four energy drinks, and a pineapple. I did not know how to cut a pineapple. I got home and I realized this is not a week's worth of meals. This is a recipe for scurvy. I also learned the hard way that grocery store math is fake math. You walk in thinking I'll spend $30. You walk in spending 127, poorer and holding hummus you didn't even know you bought. The job thing. Here, let's talk about the job thing. My first job as an adult was a 9 to 5, which in reality meant 8:53 to whenever my boss stopped glaring at me for leaving. Nobody prepares you for the exhaustion. I come home, flop on my bed, and think, I'll just close my eyes for a second. And then suddenly it's Tuesday of the following week, and I'm late for work again. I was convinced that after my first paycheck, I'd finally feel rich. Spoiler! After taxes, it looked like the government had adopted me and taken my lunch money out of spite. Here's the next subject: bills. Have no freaking mercy. Here's the thing about bills: they don't care about your personal growth journey. They arrive like clockwork: rent, utilities, internet, a random service fee from your bank for existing. One month I forgot to pay my electric bill because I thought, they'll send me a reminder. They did. The reminder was called complete darkness. I had to charge my phone at Starbucks for 3 days like some sort of corporate sponsored raccoon. Now let's talk about the cooking misadventures. I thought cooking for myself would be romantic. I'd light some candles, sip some wine, and whip up some gourmet pasta. In reality, I set off the smoke alarm making toast. The first time I tried spaghetti, I didn't know you were supposed to drain the noodles, so I served myself pasta soup. I ate it anyways because the shame was already cooked in. Also, and no one warns you how fast produce dies. You buy a bag of spinach thinking you're healthy now, and 48 hours later, it has turned into swamp algae. Here's something they never talk about: the social life collapse. As a young adult, I assumed I'd be going out every weekend, living my best life, and instead, Friday nights were me in sweatpants watching Netflix, eating cereal out of a mixing bowl because all my dishes were in the sink soaking. I get a text at 10 p.m. We're going out. Come join. And I'd be like, oh, I would, but I already took my pants off for the day. Here comes the mental breakdown cycle. Here's the cycle of your first year of adulting. You feel motivated, number one. And then you try to be responsible. You fail. You cry in the shower. And you call your mom. And you pretend everything is fine. And then you repeat. And sometimes the crying in the shower wasn't even about anything specific. It was just a general subscription to chaos. Here's also another thing: thinking the next month I'll be organized. I bought a planner, sticky notes, and color coded pens thinking I'd get my life together. Well, actually, what actually happened was I wrote get groceries and forgot planner at home, ate leftover Pop-Tarts for dinner, and by 8 months, my budget tracker had turned into a list of things I couldn't afford. Learning the hard way about laundry was another thing. Laundry is like a toddler. If you ignore it, it gets worse. One week, I ignored it so long I had to wear my old high school gym shorts to work. When I finally did the laundry, I forgot about it in the washer for like 2 days, and everything smelled like complete sadness. Here's another part: the unexpected wisdom. Here's the truth: I messed up constantly my first year, and guess what? So does everyone else. We just don't post it on Instagram. Nobody uploads a photo of themselves crying over overdraft fees while eating peanut butter from the jar. But all those mistakes, they teach you. You learn that rent comes first. You learn to cut pineapple. You learn to keep emergency mac and cheese in the pantry. And you learn that adulting isn't about doing it perfectly. It's about figuring out how to survive your own chaos. So if you're out there in your first year of adulting, drowning in laundry and ramen wrappers, remember this: you're not failing, you're just collecting stories for your future TED Talk. And if you really mess up, call your mom. That's what I did. Anyways, thanks for watching. Subscribe. It was nice seeing everybody. I'd love to hear you down in the comments.